Hello? I should be live and in the game. I got I guess I got a free S rank, or I guess one free research. I guess nothing here. R&D tickets expiring in 1 week. This is for A rank. Weapon. One free research for weapon. Also expires in 1 week, so I guess there's no point in like holding them. And this one, I think I have all of them. Everybody here. Yeah, most likely. Warranty. Wish I could use 3 of them in a row, you know. Hey, free pulls are free pulls, right? Alright, let's get into it. Gonna continue from where we stopped. Oh shish, is this a gameplay node? Thank you. I am back. April 5th, 1 year after the disappearance of the Grey Raven Commandant, and 8 months before Gestalt Data Wall would be torn down, so going back in time. Lamia returns to Luna with a bag of nuts after escaping from the underwater incident. Miss Luna, I'm sorry for being late. I took a detour to get some gifts. Luna looks at the bag of nuts in Lamia's hands and lets out a soft sigh. Is this all you got back? It's quite a long story. Get to the point. There's more to it, but it's complicated. She examines the timid mermaid before her. Lamia's nature seems to have subtly shifted in the past few months. She now cares about gifts and has a larger vocabulary. Miss Luna, you already know what happened by the sea, don't you? Roland got back before you did. He told me everything. Oh my god, Roland mentioned. I ruined Vonnegut's plans. Do you think he might take revenge while you're still recovering? Don't worry so much. You know how meticulous he is, so he would have stopped you right from the start if you really ruined his plan. His absence alone proves he is still hiding something. I might not be particularly close to him, but we're both ascendant, so there's no need for a fight. The girl imprisoned within the crystal takes another look at Lamia and the nuts in her hands. I closed it. Oh my god, I need to open it up. I didn't. There you go, the nuts in her hand. Is this all you have to say? Yeah, The mermaid finally gathers her courage to tell Luna about what happened under the sea. She talks without looking at Luna for half an hour while peeling nuts. Come on, can we skip the nuts part? Anyway, that's how it is. So she basically provided her a summary of the Under the Sea chapter. Lamia carefully offers Luna some nuts. Under Lamia's evasive gaze, Luna lets out a sigh but accepts the gift. I wanted to bring back the egg, but Ktila linked her to herself instead. The egg stopped responding after that battle. It became just like any other hetero creature. And then Cinderlick in the egg said she wanted to save her memories of Ktila project for Babylonia, so Ktila was trying to stop you from taking the living egg even at the very end. Don't blame yourself. The intelligence you found is far more valuable than the dead egg. Isn't the egg alive? Also, Vonnegut created it. He would never have let you deliver it to Babylonia if the egg was still alive and had any value. You're right. Lilith was very close to me. If she wanted to stop me, she would have already. They fall silent for a moment. What should we do about the refiltering process? Lamia, how much do you know about hetero creatures? Before obtaining the egg, she thought hetero creatures and the corrupted were similar, but now she knows better. A hetero creature is what remains when an individual is recycled and reconstructed by the punishing. To control the punishing is to influence hetero creatures to some extent, and to determine what forms they take. To pass the filtering, first you must maintain your sense of self. Usually humans are ripped apart when their consciousness enters the punishing. Only a few survive, and that's why we remain so low in numbers. Ascendants. So what are they, like basically hetero creatures, all the Ascendants? This survival requires not only mind stability but also favorable opportunities and conditions. In contrast, the Ascension network determines who controls the punishing by simply seeking out entities with greater information weight. This is why we used to believe that becoming an Ascendant required intense emotions, be it love, hatred, or an endless void. Void like no emotions at all? Like the opposite of like strong emotions? That egg perfectly met the Ascension network criteria. It was a hetero creature formed from concentrated punishing and had a consciousness stable enough. Sounds like the twins. God, I wish the twins didn't die so soon. I wish the twins would have done more in the story. Agents could accomplish so much more with such a tool. Maybe Vonnegut isn't as omnipotent as they believe, he's just using tools. That agent has done a lot of research on mind fusion. Is it to increase the threshold through patchwork? The patchwork of consciousness. They lost me. That's right, Ktila, who created all the children, has two distinct consciousnesses. Most of the time, both of the consciousnesses included Lithos himself. Lithos' consciousness was deeply intertwined with Ktila's. It helped her control both her humanoid form and the Tree of Life. I think Lithos stopped her from escaping until he was forcefully expelled in the end. Lithos' consciousness influenced her, but what about the other one? That consciousness only helped her control the Leviathan beneath the waves, a cradle for the rebirth of the dead. Boy, they lost me. I know they're kinda recapping the previous chapters, but still. Consciousness within the giant whale had always maintained a minimal connection with Ktila. They were practically unrelated. They might be free from Lithos and couldn't sense the others anymore, but the chains at the bottom of the sea were still... Lamia suddenly lifts her head to look at Luna at the mention of chains. Miss Luna, you're stuck here because you can no longer control the punishing properly, right? Luna stays silent. Lamia takes several steps backward to keep a safe distance. She stops only after making sure that the bound Luna cannot reach her. The bound Luna. There's not much I can do, and I hope Miss Luna won't think I'm rude. If you tell me what's happening with you, I will do my best to help. But why? Because I have always wanted you to stay. Sorry, I didn't mean to say anything bad about you, Miss Luna. I just want to stay here with you. That's why I hope you'll pass the filtering safely. Then I can stay in this familiar place. Would that be alright? Luna gazes intently at Lamia. She has always thought that this mermaid acts mostly in her self-interest. But she did some character development, didn't she? Her core nature hasn't changed, but she has grown more selfish. She now includes Luna in that self-interest. Perhaps this isn't so bad. I am really losing control over the punishing. But my situation is the exact opposite of Ctila's. She was patched together with utter consciousness, which gave her enough power to control the Tree of Life and spawn countless hetero creatures. My consciousness is being dismantled and stripped away. I can feel the Ascension Network's connection shifting towards someone like myself. Also, the Ascension Network has evolved because of that hetero tower. The information stored within the punishing has been searching for autonomy for a long time. Similar consciousnesses can have similar requests for the Ascension Network. That's what happened with my sister and that sister back then. That she means Lucia? Back then? Back when? Chapter 13. That's what happened to Alpha. That's what happened with my sister and that sister. I guess also during the Wintry Shackles or something. I've been hearing less and less of those noises lately, and my authority as an agent has been fading with them. I despise it, but it looks like I have no choice but to swallow this bitter pill. He falls into deep thought for a moment. Go where you wish to be, Lamia. When freedom arrives, I will call for you. For now, I will use my remaining power to search for whatever is left on the Ascension Network. Luna's gaze goes past Lamia and lands in the distance. At the very far edge, a pale phantom stands where the punishing concentration is highest. The phantom slowly turns, extending both hands to her to reveal a crimson nightmare, correct path to pass the refiltering process. There is but one path to the future. Find your lost hatred. Boo boo boo. Hello, Nexus. Reading PGR Curious Chapter. We'll see how long it will last. If I'll get bored, I'll stop reading. That's the doctor's prescription? No. I got curious. You know what killed the cat? That got me. Maybe I'll die.
Initializing all the fringe systems.
I guess what she saw is was her phantom.
Configured.
The bad Luna.
Commencing simulation.
Celine. Remember Selena, guys? I don't. Yo, new frame. Got curious? Good. I mean, if you followed the PGR Tuesdays, I liked the chapter like Under the Sea with the Commandant's clone, and I liked this one. From all the from when we stopped to up until now, those are like 2 chapters I would like. Yeah, that would be nice reading, you know. It's happening. All the other chapters, not that much. Not that much. Mashy mash. Mashing mash. Ow. Hope it holds to your expectations. I mean, we watched the recap of this chapter and I just wanna read through it. I wanna read the interaction, the Ascendant, the Luna's Ascendants, and the Commandant and Grey Raven will have. Oh my god, why can't we have Alpha in training mode?
Embrace your end in truth. It ends here. Continuing with further iteration.
No, wait. She saw Alpha in that vision. Are you running towards me?
Crumble and dissipate.
Dead.
Crumble and dissipate. Embrace your end in truth. It ends here.
Simulation results aligned with expectations. Pacific intact.
She's stealing my warp.
Embrace your end in fruit.
That one, I like that.
Countless resistance. Annihilate. It ends here. Heed the final symphony of death.
Punishing projection alpha.
Noisy. Data is in compliance.
Simulation resource confirms
I am the alpha and the omega.
expectations. Preparing ending simulation.
My mind is go ahead, Luna. End this.
Can I revive?
The ending that you desire shall be yours.
Alpha? Why are you calling her Alpha? Ain't this your sister? What's wrong with you, Luna? What the fuck is wrong with you, man? These writers. I am the savage Alpha. Perhaps I need to lose it. They have Assassin's Creed type of like finish the mission in a certain way to get everything. With all the corrupted. I hope I got all the schmeckles. Two gameplay nods in a row? No way, bro. I didn't see this game being so generous since like never. December 15th, 10 minutes after Gestalt's data wall was opened. The chaos in Babylonia hasn't affected the surface yet. Lamia appears before Luna with a small bag of milk cookies after being away for more than half a year. That's sweet, that's cute. Miss Luna? He timidly peeks out of the corner at Alpha, who is standing beside Luna. Can't decide if she should offer the cookies in her hand. I've learned a little more about the refiltering process, but I'll need your help. Have you figured something out? That's great, I'll help. After the red tide appeared, I've been feeling an irregular pull whenever I use the power of punishing. Wow, that's revealed after like 15 plus chapters? Okay. That feeling comes from those who died in the red tide. I used to dismiss the pulls as noise, but while the static in my mind faded with my diminishing permissions, the voices of the red tide remained clear. If that's the case, I'll put them to use. I will embrace all of the hatred these consciousnesses harbor against agents. That's too dangerous, Miss Luna. If you can't maintain your sense of self, they'll tear your consciousness apart. When I first saw the egg in the ocean depths, I saw a future where I was controlled by the egg and turned into her puppet. Staying here will only lead us to the same fate. Is there really no other way? There is. What is it? The fading voices have been showing me another future. They want me to find my lost hatred. Hatred? Intense emotions can indeed achieve similar results, but to create a lasting hatred... The girl closes her eyes. She does not want to speak of the Crimson Nightmare. I've found a way to channel these people's consciousnesses into myself after careful experiments. I must heed to where the red tide converges, but first I need to break free from this place. But you failed so many times before. That's because I was still trapped by the static noises. Every time I tried to break free, she would pin me down again. So she means the red Luna. It's been growing more distant in the past few months. I can feel she's lost her patience. She's no longer willing to honor my constraints. She'll eventually abandon me when she leaves, and I'll become a corrupted. This is our only chance. When she leaves, I'll break free and head to where the red tide converges. Luna raises her head. She looks at the exit that has been out of reach for so long. As for what's next, after breaking free, Luna's voice grows fainter. Miss Luna? Now seems to be the right time. After I break free, I'll go to Commandant and give him a kiss on the cheek. She closes her eyes and sinks once more into that crimson nightmare, but this time she's not just resisting. This time she will break free. Luna jolts awake, gasping for air like someone drowning breaking the surface. She presses her curled fingers and palm against her forehead with such force that she might squeeze something out of her mind. That's wrong. But it's no use. The nightmares remain deeply entangled with her memories. The sparks from the clashing chakram and swords, the feeling of curved edges splitting flesh and severing bones, the thud of falling corpses, and the glaring color of vital fluid. She takes several deep breaths with her eyes closed and opens them after regaining her usual composure. So let me know if you hear cars outside. I can close the window and I'll turn on the AC during the stream, something like that. She surveys her surroundings. A murky sky veiled in thick fog hangs above floating, shattered streets. Punishing aggregates twists into the ground like tangled roots, while faint static whispers echo. That's a sentence. This is the data space of the Ascension Network. That's cool. Luna is familiar with the data space of the Ascension Network. She can recognize it even though the scenery changes between each visit. I shall end it all here. That was the final straw. The Ascension Network should have abandoned her when she refused and severed their connection, making it possible for her consciousness to stay in the data space. Abba, hello Abba, how are you? How are you on chapter 30, lol? You mean too slow or too fast? I mean, we've been streaming PGR once a week and we were watching like a recap, a chapter recap, like every time. And I got curious regarding chapter 30, so I'm reading it. Luna carefully probes her connection and discovers that the Ascension Network hasn't revoked all of her access. It has left a tiny fraction. The remaining access, along with the network's commands, acts like a pin, firmly anchoring her consciousness with the data space. The Ascension Network certainly has its reasons for doing this, and Luna is all too aware of them. I might just have one last bit of value for the Ascension Network. We were doing recaps? Yeah, Carefree Dot, our favorite PGR YouTuber. Yo, you're sketching again? Hell yeah. I might be doing some more drawing in the future as well. Wish me luck. That makes sense, yeah. Best PGR YouTuber ever, Carefree Dot. This is an agent's consciousness. After all, it is better to let it become nutrients for the Ascension Network than to rot away outside. By the way, Abba, have you thought of doing like bit drawing YouTube videos? You know, where you just record yourselves digitally drawing and then speed up the video and upload it to YouTube just like that? Or like shorts or something? It could be fun. Yeah, good luck, bro. It's a lot of fun. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Luna, I need to find a way out of here quickly. Otherwise... Are you also sketching like Arknights or something new? Something else? Maybe some OCs? Speed paint? Yeah, speed. I mean, you're not painting, right? You're sketching, so it's a speed sketch. More of a drawing things. Painting is like, you know, oil and colors and aquarelle. I haven't tried. You can give it a try. Luna turns her gaze to the croptid lingering in the distance. Vergil. These aren't corrupted, they're monsters stitched together from countless fragments of consciousness data. The aggregate of the living consciousnesses now exist in the form of their own murderers. They may seem harmless now, but eventually they will find Luna, an anomaly with intact consciousness. Once they find the target, they will hunt her until she is torn apart. These things are not a problem, but the crucial thing is, Luna looks towards the area with the highest concentration of punishing in the space. A gray and white figure should have been standing there, but now it is empty. Celine. Luna whispers the name that belongs to the static noises. Roland started calling her Celine when she began to drift away. She knows from her senses that the puppet who has inherited her authority and remained loyal to the Ascension Network has already left. Time is running out. This is our only chance. The Ascension Network is trapping my consciousness here. It must be using the punishing crystals that bind me in the physical world. If I can find the nail holding my consciousness in this data space and destroy them, the punishing crystals binding me in reality will shatter as well. Have a lot of OCs, there you go. I'm gonna go put on some music then. You guys have fun here? Thank you. Thanks for coming by, saying hi. Go back checking and check your Pixiv stuff. Luna closes her eyes to focus her senses and to locate the general direction of the nail binding her consciousness. Luna discovers something else during her exploration while searching for her target. Something's off with the Ascension Network. The data flow is too fast and the whole system seems tense. With her permission, she cannot sense anything more. There is also a CGI animation for this chapter, like separate on the PGR channel. I must stay on high alert. Luna sets off toward her newly discovered target. Alright, should be gameplay. Ah!
Data cannot flow normally here.
Yes, separate, that fucking sucks. I don't remember if Carefree Dot put it in his recap, but I guess we'll see. No music. Hey, we have sound effects. Oh, it's her old frame. Silent. Portal. Teleport. Portal.
The key to breaking the shackles lies within, but this energy... While I can break in directly, based on the flow of energy, if I disable the nodes one by one, the risk will be much lower.
Can we go high risk? Go. We can't. See, I see how it is. Binded by plot. Yeah, they decided to use no music because this area is complete. Yes. Yeah, sure, bro. Sure. No music and no sound effects.
Let's finish this.
Not my first time playing this game, Nexus.
Let it be. Punishment will descend here.
Pa 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 pa.
Punishment will descend here.
Pa pa pa.
Punishment will descend here.
Punishing punishment, bro. He hit me.
Punishment will descend here. I will bring you. Let it be.
I have like infinite SP.
I will bring you annihilation. Resurrect.
Ba 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 ba.
Punishment will descend here.
Punishment will descend here.
I will
Punishment
let
simulation
light
K.
enter.
Anyone else? Breaking the siege completed? Okay.
This is the power of Ascension Network. Understood.
Ascension Network doesn't like you anymore, Luna. Ideally, we use this frame, use the attacks and pings in enhanced mode. Okay. Luna finally reaches her goal after destroying the last enemy in her path. A crystal hourglass sits within interwoven rotating rings. Fine particles of unknown material slowly trickle down. Meaningless symbols, useless constraints. Luna gazes upon the core of the prison that has held her for so long, while the power of punishing gathers in her palm. Bang. When the attack is unleashed, the perpetual rings cease to rotate, the eternal hourglass ceases to flow, and the bizarre device creaks with its imminent collapse. The impervious space begins to tremble as if responding to a signal. Boom, boom, boom. The tremors grow stronger and the force ripples through Luna's body. Ugh. Luna maintains her expression as blood trickles from the corner of her mouth. Her tone grows even more detached. I refuse to write with your pen and paper, or to think within your prescribed boundaries. I have my own solution. Cracks. Click. Here, her whispered words carry the weight of a command, and the space itself shatters in response. Luna slowly releases her breath in the vast darkness. The chains are finally broken. Now, as the space fractures, a faint sensation gradually returns to Luna's consciousness. She narrows her eyes slightly as she turns her gaze. Luna's stare pierces the surrounding darkness, transcending distance and time to reach the heavens above. Babylonia, Celine, why are you there? No, that's not right. How are you able to get there? Celine? Babylonia? There she is. Time seems to flow fast and slow at the same time. When Celine opens her eyes again, she finds herself high above the void on the territory of humans. Humans and constructs hurry past Celine in all directions, yet no one notices her. Some even run straight toward her, but pass right through her body without colliding with her. Babylonia, if I could destroy this place. Celine focuses intently on her surroundings as data and theoretical solutions cascade through her consciousness like a waterfall, only to be systematically rejected. Insufficient power, new plans suspended, prioritizing original objective. Clue confirmed, contamination memetics. Celine closes her eyes as her perception, elevated to another plane by the Ascension Network, extends like branching tentacles throughout Babylonia and continuously feeds information back to her. Wait, she's the Agent Zero? She's like the... Really? Am I understanding this wrong? I thought she's like what the punishing virus wanted Luna to be. She's like more of a Luna than the virus itself. Prelar, the United Declaration, contamination memetic survival duration over 1 year. Power system destroyed, Gestalt will be directly affected. Communication system destroyed, Agent Zero is directly affected. Yeah, she's not Agent Zero. Celine watches as the engineering staff rush to repair various facilities in Babylonia, while construct teams set up temporary local communication devices at different passage nodes. She also sees the activated Omega weapons. Deeper within the clean zones clearly by the Omega weapons, she finds more deeply hidden contamination memetics. You're all fighting. Celine opens her eyes again. A cold gleam flickers briefly in her gaze. The contamination memetic will vanish if Babylonia kills Agent Zero. Can you even kill Agent Zero? Celine speeds up. She follows the trail of clues until finally, somewhere in the data, she finds her target. However, before she can speak, Agent Zero suddenly turns to attack Celine. Something indecipherable burrows into her body, corrupting and altering Celine's perception and consciousness. What are you doing? Who are you? I don't understand your confusion. You are the Ascension Network's connection point in Babylonia, so you should know it all. With the power of the Ascension Network, Celine calmly purges Agent Zero's influence. What? The Ascension Network needs your traits. I'm here to help you break free. And let me be devoured by the Ascension Network as nutrients? Agent Zero intensifies the flow of corruption. That's not worth it for me. How could you? Isn't completing the filtering and ascension the ultimate goal of the punishing? Agent Zero falls silent because this line of reasoning aligns with its core logic. That would have been the case if Agent Zero didn't have the consciousness to contemplate everything in this moment. Why is it weighing these options? Why is it even considering these? Personality? Dominic, what have you done to me? Dominic, is that name the reason you're refusing to cooperate? The name is the reason, exactly. No, it's nothing. Agent Zero suddenly lifts its tone. An inexplicable pleasure is reinvigorating its wary consciousness. Let's leave the matter of me being devoured for now. How do you plan to help me break free? I am connected to the Ascension Network, but it can't help me escape, or I would have returned to the surface long ago. I know, you need a physical vessel to leave Babylonia. Celine nods, lowers her defenses and gestures for Agent Zero to merge with her. That's why I'm here. That is a good plan, but I have one condition. I will choose where we merge with the Ascension Network. That's not the problem, but I must tell you that humans have reclaimed control over many areas of the surface. Oh, that's nice. Such as the Clean Zone? Why would you choose a place like that? Would you believe me if I said the Inver Hetero Tower in the Clean Zone can help the Ascension Network acquire my traits? Okay. Why are you trying to emphasize doubt as an emotion? You really are deep. The sound of systems rebooting echoes through the space as the emergency repairs begin to take effect. Stitch. They just won't let up. Let's get it on then. A tearing sound echoes as the two entities merge into one. The incompatibility causes extreme discomfort for both Agent Zero and Celine, but at least they can still move with difficulty. Commence operation. Fade to black. What's this? Let me touch it, interact with the illusion 6 times. No. I hope I don't need to replay this bullshit. Didn't read everything. That's what happens when you watch videos. Agent Zero is the higher dimensional civilization recycler. Are you sure that was mentioned in the game until chapter 30? In chapter 29, Agent Zero appeared only in the last node Nexus. I think you're saying things too soon again, as always. Punishing virus, his physical body and cradle is part of the agent. I think you said you're saying stuff too early. Are you sure the game said all of this at this point in time? This node was the first time we hear Agent Zero speak in general. Agent Zero and Celine have become one, transforming. So far from what I know, from what the recap said, is Agent Zero was a part of the whole punishing virus, and all this time we fought only half of the virus, and he's the second half. Nothing about it being a dimensional civilization recycler was mentioned yet. And this is a reading node, our favorite, isn't it? Agent Zero and Celine have become one, transforming into the Dark Star, rooted in electrical arcs. descending upon Babylonia in their newfound form. The most peculiar-looking predator to date has broken free from its ancient chains, entering a pasture where it can hunt a will. Spaceport A1, who cares? Piercing alarms echo through the spaceport, mingling with chaotic shouts, a maddening cacophony that sets everyone on edge. Whoosh, whoosh. A fist hurtles toward the alarm, and just as it's about to strike, Captain Noctis is causing havoc. Oh, look who it is. The fist unfurls into an open palm, pressing against the alarm instead of smashing it. The warning sirens in this area become muffled and distorted. Don't talk nonsense, this thing's just too noisy, I'm just trying to shut it off. Where's the enemy anyway? Better not be a false alarm or someone's gonna be in trouble. The only one in trouble is gonna be Noctis, roar. What's your problem? Listen here, don't think I'll go easy on you just because we're on a mission, The growl provokes Noctis's anger, but as he turns around, he realizes number 21 isn't even looking at him. The smell, something's wrong. As soon as the words are spoken, red electricity flashes before their eyes, making number 21's fur stand on end, and she has no fur, bro. What are you bubbling about? The punishing virus. What's going on? Aren't we in Babylonia right now? Buzz. The chaotic red currents freeze for a moment upon entering the spaceport, then, like sharks catching the scent of blood, surge forward in clusters, lunging at every piece of machinery in sight. The metal constructs begin to mutate visibly, and the instant they're touched by the virus. Bang. A flash of steel cuts through the air behind them, shattering a machine that was about to complete its infection and spring into action. Get ready to— oh, she was here all along. Get ready to fight. Roar. Let's not worry about where these enemies came from right now. Caught up in the excitement, Noctis clenches his hands, crushing the alarm device in his grip into pieces. I've been dying to cut loose and throw down here in Babylonia. This could have been a gameplay note, just saying. Residential district. The usually bustling shopping plaza now lies in chaos, surrounded by a ring of construct soldiers from both the task force and purifying force. In the center of the perimeter, a massive mechanical statue, originally a promotional display for the shopping center, is now collapsing amidst a cacophony of metallic groans. As metal shards rain down, 4 mechanical arms gracefully deflect the falling debris, revealing a girl's silhouette emerging through the chaos. Oh, she looks so different. High-risk target number 2 has been neutralized. How are the things with you? Whoosh. The response is a faint gunshot. Behind Yata, a mechanical part that was not yet fully destroyed and was still attempting to function shatters completely. All threats have been neutralized. The danger level in the residential district is low. The chaos caused by the panic among the crowd is proving to be more troublesome than the fighting itself. Discord, does Discord have like a playable frame? I think the name sounds familiar, not the sprite though. Same with Yata. A few warning shots and tranquilizer rounds should do the trick. The logistics teams from both the task force and the purifying force are moving in. They can handle the remaining security incidents. Stay alert, the residential district was never meant to be a battlefield. We need to be even more careful here. Let's move on. We need to do what we can to lighten the burden on the others. Copy that. Babylonia's response to the danger has been swift, but they face an enemy that defies all contingency plan! Mentioned Babylonia's— wow, what the fuck, bro? Babylonia's response to the danger has been swift, but they face an enemy that defies all contingency plans. Okay. The Omega weapons cannot protect every corner of Babylonia. Beyond their purification range, mechanical equipment corrupted by the punishing virus has gone berserk, launching indiscriminate attacks at everything within reach. This unleashed monster runs rampant through Babylonia, leaving no place untouched. The commercial district, combat preparation rooms, the resource processing center, and Star of Life have all fallen prey to its rampage. This beacon of human hope now teeters on the brink of teeters. That's a word. Engine level. Compared to other districts, the engine level remains relatively stable. The engineering force is always on standby in this critical area, supported by large-scale Omega weapons for control. Any machinery showing the slightest hint of punishing virus contamination is quickly disconnected, dismantled, and replaced. Well, we should consider ourselves lucky that things aren't completely terrible here. Those parliament fools always talking about further development in Babylonia. They do more harm than good when it comes to actual development. Teddy? When her companion doesn't respond to her casual greeting, Karenina turns her head, and noticing the movement, Teddy removes her headphones. All info is in the game, just 2 chapters ahead of you, and they are sides. Well, that's what I'm fucking talking about, Nexus. So I was right, you are saying stuff like too early. What's wrong? What's got you so absorbed? The network should be down by now, right? I'm helping calibrate the emergency communication channels. 26 nodes are up and running so far. Now checking the frequencies to make sure they're stable. If we let the communication channels stay down, we'll be completely blind. I hate that feeling. That's why I need to get Babylonia's eyes back open as soon as possible. So you're receiving messages from other areas now? What's the situation in Babylonia? The local channels aren't fully operational yet. We're only getting basic reports. Teddy squints at the data and text on the screen, her voice trailing off with uncertainty. Noticing Teddy's change, Karenina leans in to take a closer look, but quickly pulls back after just a glance. There's no info about what I said. Why are you saying I didn't read everything? We are not even reading this. Yeah, actually, you are right. First of all, we are not reading this game anymore. This is an exception. Is there a problem? Fallen Ishmael's trail, that's... Oh my god, Nexus. Anyway, don't sweat about it, bro. PGR spoilers are like allowed. Just don't fucking spoil Stellar Blade for me when I'll play it, okay? Teddy, not really, it's just that something feels off to me. The damage in other areas seems a bit different from what I expected. But with the limited capacity for sending and receiving information right now, I can't be sure about my judgment. What do you mean? Can you explain it more clearly? I can't make sense of all of that stuff on your screen. Well, Teddy glances at her companion with a patient sigh, searching for the right analogy to explain the situation. I hate analogies. You know how building a house starts with laying a foundation, right? Well, whoever is doing this isn't thinking along those lines at all. They've hardly even dug into the ground. Are you saying they might have some scheme already? That the foundation's actually been laid without us knowing? Maybe. Teddy's finger glides across the screen, her murmur carrying a hint of suspicion. Or maybe they never intended to build anything here in the first place. Ooh. No Stellar Blade. Spoilers, please. Gestalt, full communications haven't been restored, but basic status checks across different areas are now possible through the temporary channels. Asimov stands before Gestalt to handle pop-up tasks on the control panel while monitoring the constant stream of regional updates from the terminal. Gradually, Asimov's movements slow to a halt. Oh, it's Lucia. Oh my god, a main character? No way. I mean, I know there's gonna be a lot of main characters in this chapter. That's basically the reason why I decided to give it a read. Noticing Asimov's change, Lucia, who is on guard, approaches. Something's wrong. Asimov silently finishes something before turning toward the terminal, focusing on the reports coming through the channel. Something. Oh, I am there as well. Something's wrong. Something's wrong. You two mutter almost in unison. Your eyes meet and confirm your suspicions. Gestalt is a cage. So is Babylonia. Prisoners who have left might seek revenge against the guards. Agent Zero. But destroying the prison can't be their main objective. Gestalt, display Babylonia's three-dimensional map. Compile data from the temporary communication channels. Mark all areas with different colors according to attack severity and classify them roughly into high, medium, and oh my... He basically wrote down an AI prompt. Literally. Within moments, a massive hologram appears before them. The three colors spread across Babylonia's model like a chaotic patchwork without an obvious pattern. Oh. The temporary communications are too limited and with the possibility of error in human judgment. Valics, I need your help filtering this data to reduce errors. You don't need to give me explanations. I trust your battle experience and instincts. The data for Z57 is clearly wrong. It has no strategic value as a target from any angle. Reduce the weight factor for zone Z57. Recalculate the attack patterns for these three zones using this new standard. J89 might be misclassified. The area is too large. The data has probably been diluted due to averaging methods. Divide G89 into 4 sections to include only the 2 attack points. Recolor their connection and mark the rest as null zones. And here. Reset the values for the most heavily attacked area to 0. Recalculate the color... misspelling. Recalculate the color distribution with this building as the focal point. You two work together to enter new commands. Babylonia's 3D model shifts in color like fabric in an artist's hands until everything suddenly freezes. The chaotic patterns become ordered, revealing a coiled, blood-red serpent burying its fangs silently as at its What? What? Seeing this, Lucia's grip tightens on her sword while Liv lets out a muffled gasp. The truth lies here before you. When a prisoner breaks free, their first priority is to escape the even larger prison that awaits them, the Babylonia. Spaceport A1. That's it. Spaceport A1 is its target. The other attacks were just a diversion. It's trying to escape from Babylonia. Yeah, I'd like to think they actually use like real life, like what's the word for it? Production methods to reveal this, but it's all fucking lost in the reading slop. Lucia, leave, let's move. Spaceport A1. Bang. I'm clicking. A charged punch sends the corrupted flying in a graceful arc before crashing into the Crimson Horde in the distance. Boom. Nice arc. Noctis triggers the bomb planted on the corrupted. A massive fireball erupts, devouring all nearby enemies. Perfect. Never thought I'd get to blow stuff up in Babylonia like this. What a blast. Captain, did you see that? We've cleared them all. Can we shut off that annoying alarm now? You're making more noise than the alarm. I could barely hear the terminal's notification over your yelling. Terminal, isn't the comm system down? When did that piece of junk start working again? You idiot, even I know the things we dropped earlier were meant to help the terminals work. Only you are clueless. Bitch. Anyway, Captain, what did you get? More enemies somewhere? Perfect. I'm not even done with my warm-up. Let's keep this streak going. 2 cryptic messages. Stay alert and please be careful. Boom. Before Vera could finish, the port's barrier, the strongest defensive wall in all of Babylonia, shatters with a deafening crash. An ominous black sphere appears in the settling debris, crackling with intensifying electrical arcs. The air grows heavy as waves of pressure build around it. A blinding flash erupts with deafening electrical discharge, and every single alarm in the spaceport falls dead silent. Exclamation mark. Ditch. The 3 of them take a moment to recover from the shock. It's quiet now. You be quiet too. They bicker as they grip harder onto their weapons. They slowly move to flank Vera, taking up defensive positions against this unwelcome intruder. Twist. Out of the way. The moment the sphere steers, Vera springs into action. She draws her blade in one fluid motion and swings ruthlessly at Noctis. Noctis instinctively leaps back. Boom. Terrifying blast, far more devastating than it appears, obliterates the spot where Noctis had been. Whoa, that was fast. Looks like we've got ourselves a worthy opponent. Save that for after we're done. Number 21. The sphere launches another attack before Vera can finish her warning. The electrical arc moves even faster than number 21 could dodge. Dang. A shot rings out from afar, striking its target. The black sphere shudders from the impact and electrical arcs veer, of course. Number 21 is still sent crashing to the ground. Cough, cough, cough. Get her back. Yo, leave, my boy, leave, bro. Huh? Why should I? Just do it. Bitch. Noctis glares at the newcomer, reluctantly helps number 21 up, and leaves the area for Lee and Vera. Oh my god, remember the bromance these two had in the chapters 1 through 8? Was it you who sent the messages? Don't even bother, the commandant isn't here. I've been tracking it by myself the whole time. Vera glances at her terminal screen where 2 messages flash, one lit, one dim. I wouldn't be so sure about that. So what exactly is this thing we're dealing with? It's what reduced Babylonia to its current state. I don't know much more than that, but... Bang. Lee fires another shot as he speaks, forcing the sphere back just as it starts to move. The 2 fighters and their target continue their tense standoff. This thing is trying to escape, without a doubt. I see. That's why it showed up at the spaceport. Vera quickly grasps the implications and lets out a scornful laugh. Come and go as you please, just who do you think we are? Stay calm, we can work together to drive it back, or we need to at least keep it away from the spacecraft. Remember when Lee used to tease Vera, bro? Miss those times. After that, you can do whatever you want with it. Never mind, that's too much work. This is no time for arguments. I'm not interested in playing games. If we could drive it back so easily, how did it manage to lead you all the way here? We still have to try. That won't work. I'm only saying that because I have a better plan. Noctis, right here. Blow up all the spacecraft. We'll see how it can escape then. Oh my, she's fucking crazy, man. Now that's my kind of job. You? As Noctis makes his move, the pitch black sphere refuses to stay idle, sparking with renewed electrical arcs. Knowing there's no other choice, Lee reluctantly creates an opening for Noctis with Vera. Bang. I hope you realize we're here to solve Babylonia's problems, not become one of them. Bang. Troubles are all the same, just tell me if this will stop it or not. Boom. Amidst blades clashing and bullets rattling, their argument continues as they trap the dark sphere through explosions. The sphere can do nothing but watch as spacecraft after spacecraft breaks apart, until finally... Captain, just one left. I'll finish it off. Noctis's words act like a trigger. The electrical arcs around the sphere suddenly intensify, crackling with growing density. Burst. It's about to burst. Stop it. I can tell. Bullets and blades tear through the air, but the dark sphere suddenly abandons its defenses and relentlessly charges straight at Noctis, as if nothing exists in the world but the silhouette of the final spacecraft. Noctis, move away! Heh, bring it on! Noctis does not retreat, but lunges forward at the enemy, charging at him at full speed. With a savage grin, he rips the safety pins from 2 explosives and hurls himself toward the target. Captain, go and... Noctis is shoved back in mid-air by a laser beam that suddenly pierces through the darkness. A flash of steel catches the loose explosive. Bro, this could have been a gameplay node, man. I can't stop. I could be playing this instead of reading. A flash of steel catches the loose explosives, redirecting them toward the spacecraft. Boom. A thunderous explosion rocks the spaceport, sending violent tremors through the entire area once again. Cough, cough, cough. 1 second slower and you'd have been toast. Commandant? Good work, Lee. We're here to help. Oh my god, the gang is back again. Which took you long enough. The 2 squads greet each other briefly before emerging from the dust in small clusters and circling around the dark sphere slumped among the... Oh my, I wish I could see this. Nowhere to run now, huh? Looks like you can't even move. Quit it. A cornered beast is the most dangerous. We have 2 squads here. What's it gonna do? Turn the world upside down? Oh my, you shouldn't have said that. Keep dragging your feet and I'm going in without you. Noctis slams his fists together and strides forward. Live, neutralize its electrical field. Leave it to me. Heh, the same trick won't work twice on me. The electrical defense barrier shatters in an instant as Noctis dashes to the sphere's flank. Hust. That's when the residual electrical arcs around the sphere emit an unfamiliar sound, one that none of you have heard before. Everyone's hearts skip a beat at the same moment. The squad spring into action, but... Ugh! Everyone says ugh! The electrical arcs emit a shrill hum like a monster's wail, and an invisible force freezes everyone in place. A blinding red light erupts as a familiar sensation hammers at people's senses. Space itself seems to warp and even their vision begins to distort. An overwhelming pressure as strong as the weight of a mountain suddenly crushes down on everyone, making it hard to breathe. Only one remains unaffected. Commandant? Retreat. What is she doing? Vera greets her thief as she forces out the word. She kicks Noctis toward the spaceport exit with her trembling body before grabbing number 21 by the collar and making a dash for it. Lucia lunges immediately at you, trying to drag Leave out along the way. Hiss. The black sphere trembles once more, this time with a force more urgent than before, its paralyzing pressure intensifying. Everyone but Lee suddenly loses the ability to move, collapsing to the ground. The terminal emits a sharp alarm, one that usually signals only one thing. The punishing concentration has reached a critical level. How am I alive? Crimson patterns rapidly spread outward from the sphere's center, making the entire port tremble on the brink of collapse. Though he has no need to breathe, Lee's expression grows tense as he watches the scene unfold. His gaze shifts between the collapsed figures on the ground and the sphere, before making his final decision with visible reluctance. What was it? What was your final decision? Another fucking reading node. On December 15th, Spaceport A1 oh, this is Babylonia all in red. Spaceport A1, the central transit hub of the space fortress, one of the petals that belong to the most dazzling flower in Babylonia, is engulfed in the highly concentrated punishing virus. The vast crimson glow looms ominously, almost as if it could devour everything in its path. At last, the influence of the punishing reaches a boundary and stops. After 1 hour and 32 minutes, the spaceport, completely transformed by the punishing corruption, rips itself away from Babylonia like a living creature, bit by bit, and begins to fall toward Earth. Ooh. The turbulence from the tear affects all of Babylonia, forcing it off its original orbit and triggering a cascade of structural failures across vast sections. As the awakened spaceport plummets, intermittent explosions tear through its surface, each blast ejecting fragments of its structure. Like a sentient being devoid of emotion, it adjusts its descent by shedding its own flesh piece by piece. And its final calibrated trajectory points directly at the clean zone on the surface, where that tower reaching to the sky stands. Oh shit.
We're still disconnected. It's taking Babylonia so
got
long.
him.
Wait, what's that?
Huh? Warning. Abnormal punishing concentration. Warning. Abnormal punishing concentration.
That direction. It's the Inver Hetero Tower.
In that instant, a white flash engulfs everyone's vision. The Inven Hetero Tower emits a deafening drone, a mournful wail as if lamenting an entire era, drowning out the once piercing alarms warning of rising punishing concentration. Hello YA, how are you? Employees who had only earned their clean zone credentials last month run screaming from the burning rooms, throwing themselves into the lingering white light outside. Screams of pain. Look out! Oh, Lillian. In the fading white light, the petite construct catches the stumbling human in her arms. Why would you make a petite construct, first of all? Anyway. In mere moments, the clean zone symbol of humanity's hope is ignited by falling shards, transforming into a sea of flames. Babylonia, well, what's happening? Hey. As the ringing in their ears begin to fade, alarms and cries for help flood in. Despite the early warning, the flames still manage to reach those who can't escape in time. Hey, the support unit over there, come help those people, quick! Someone shouts, pointing at the injured being pulled from the collapsed buildings. Put out the fire first. Where are the robots we brought down from Babylonia? Deploy them to help. The newcomers rush toward the most intense flames with fire extinguishers in hand, but are halted by another warning shout. Stay away from the fire. These buildings already have automatic fire suppression system, and worse still, the punishing concentration in the clean zone is rising. Any robots rushing here could turn corrupted at any moment. Nature cleared for real, Valics is reading again. Yeah, you wish nature cleared, bro. These words send waves of panic through everyone present. What did you say? The clean zone? The punishing concentration? Is something wrong with the Inver Hetero Tower? Even worse, look. What? Following his pointing finger, everyone looks around and realizes that there are fewer areas burning than they expected. These fragments aren't the only things that hit the Inver Hetero Tower, right? Where's the biggest one? It's gone. Run away. What did you say? Really? He yanks up the construct's who's covering her eyes and demands answers loudly. Of course it's true. I saw it. I never took my eyes off it. That's exactly why my visual module got damaged. Ugh, it hurts. How did they vanish? The moment they touched the Inverhetera tower, they just vanished. Is the abnormal punishing virus concentration caused by the Inverhetera tower too? The punishing virus concentration is abnormal? What's the situation now? The construct monitoring the punishing virus runs a trembling hand over the detector. Seeing the anxious, worried faces of his companions, he can't bring himself to speak the grim results. The detector's screen shows the heterozone creeping into the edges of the clean zone. Though its expansion has slowed during the conversation, the fact that it's still happening is clear evidence that the Inverhetera tower is on the wane. The clean zone is shrinking, and extremely low punishing concentrations have also been detected near the tower. This place is no longer safe. Standing around won't help. Let's focus on getting people out first. In a situation this intense, you know the elite squads won't just sit around. Let's leave the Inverhetera tower situation to them. They're the only ones who can handle it now. Is it over? Is it over? No, it's not over. The setting sun bathes the land in its dying light. Dying light mentioned. Half an hour after the fallen spaceport A1 vanished into the Inverhetera tower, Grey Raven finally leaves the chaos of Babylonia behind as they approach the clean zone. Quote-unquote clean zone. According to the environmental scan below, the fire has been contained. But your concerns were right, Commandant. The clean zone is no longer free of the punishing virus. If this is caused by another interference with the Inverhetera tower, Commandant, are you feeling alright? I'm perfectly fine. It seems there's no mind beacon corruption this time. The clean zone has gotten smaller, but thankfully the area around the tower still has low concentration levels and hasn't returned to its former state. We can't let our guard down yet. Even though the increase rate is slow, the punishing virus concentration near the tower is still rising. How can we possibly stop something like this? This tower, there's still too much we don't understand about it. You're the one to say it. Shortly after you returned from the tower, President Hassan said the same thing. This tower harbors too many mysteries. Its operational mechanics and means of entry remain completely unknown to us. A tower just fucking does what the fuck it wants, right? Switches sides whenever it wants. If we invest all our reconstruction resources into it, there's no guarantee this unknown entity won't vanish just as suddenly as it appeared. But right now we have no other hope. We must use it to rebuild our homeland and through the opportunities in present find a way to bring it under control. I know. Lee falls silent, his eyes fixed on the approaching surface below. Is it over? Is it over? No, it's not fucking over, man. Of course it's not fucking. When does a reading node ever end? 1 hour after Babylonia's spaceport A1 crashed into the clean zone, the transport vessel from Babylonia finally touches down at the edge of the disaster area. It's Grey Raven! They immediately stop their current tasks and hurry over, delivering their report on the damage to the clean zone. The situation isn't critical yet. Most of the clean zone territory swallowed by the heterozone is made up of uninhabited and undeveloped areas with no defenses. That's a relief. In addition to this, we just investigated the Inverhetera tower and discovered an unfamiliar door that wasn't there before. A door. It might be more accurate to call it a door-like structure. We've all tried, but no one has been able to get through it. I'll lead the way. Okay, Construct A. Led by the Construct A, the four of you quickly make your way around to the other side of the Inverhetera tower. Within the tightly interlocked blue crystals, a narrow, dark doorway faintly emerges. When you shine an emergency light inside, there's no reflection. It's as if the light is swallowed up, leaving no echo to escape. Gesture for everyone to stand back, then fire a shot into the doorway. Bam. Every reading note from chapter 29 is lengthy as heck. It was lengthy as heck before this as well. Just like the light before it, the bullet vanishes instantly into the void, leaving no trace behind. Cautiously reach a hand toward the doorway. Your forearm vanishes beyond the doorway, yet you can still feel everything. Your fingertips make contact with something solid inside, as if the door is only about half a meter deep. The next instant, a searing pain stings through your fingertips. Quickly withdraw your hand. Your hands oh, I'm dead. That's a GG's, bro. Commandant died. It was a good run, guys. Just a slight contact. I'm fine. There's still a considerable punishing concentration in there. We need to be careful. Got it. Lee, you're the only one here who's immune to the corruption. The young man silently nods before stepping into the pitch-black doorway, only to emerge moments later. Before it was normal? It was not normal, IA. You were there when it was not normal. You witnessed it. It's sealed off inside. Can't see anything, and there's no way through. Something's not right here. You went inside before. Is it because of the frame, or has something changed within the tower again? They take a few steps back and begin to whisper among themselves. Maybe it's really because of the frame. After all, the specialized frame has built up quite a bit over time, from Imperia's experimental data to the enhanced inter-device documents Egret found, and later the findings from the Phantom Tracer and Ascendant technology. Who knows? Any of these could be the key requirement for entering this tower. If this door stays open, we'll have our answer soon enough. What do you mean? I heard that the higher-ups are still working on another frame of the same specs, but it's not going well. They're missing something that was originally captured in the Phantom Tracer, making it difficult to replicate. They brought back a similar egg, but even after all this time, they still haven't managed to make it work. The egg! Do you know who this frame is intended for? Who else could it be? His eyes dart toward the four people behind them. Lee reaches out, running his fingers across the blue crystal. The dormant heaviness in his chest steers once again. So we got like the teaser for Lucia's next frame, the Pyroat. Is it an illusion or a premonition? This tower will bring about something irreversible, yet he can no longer enter it. Why? He feels a dull ache in the depths of his mind, where an indecipherable voice whispers secrets missing in his... Oh, I'm sorry. Voice whispers secrets missing in his memories. What exactly have I forgotten? Yeah, we know you don't. Once you leave here, you will lose your ability to see the future and interfere with time. Good. You will forget all that you have seen about the past and the future, and you will never get to change the past again. Everything that has happened here will be erased from history. Even so, are you sure you do not want to go through this gate? The emotions that should have vanished within the tower still fall like scattered fragments. Lee dimly recalls answering someone's question, though the memory feels distant. No matter what the future is like, I will find it together with them. Looking back, his companions stand not far away. Lee, what's wrong? It's nothing. Even though some things are inevitable, next time when he's fully prepared, he'll face them together with everyone. Go team. Power of friendship. Is it over? It's not fucking over. After countless struggles tearing at her very being, the long-standing shackles that bound Luna have finally met their end. Crack. As the crystal-formed chains shatter and scatter, most of her power crumbles away with them. Now, Luna can no longer sustain her usual hover. She is left to walk through the muddy ground on frail legs, more fragile than those of an ordinary construct. Unable to watch her stumble any longer, Alpha strides to her side and firmly grasps her hand, becoming her strength. Meanwhile, Lamia takes point ahead, staying alert for potential attacks. That's it, she's free, we did it! We did it, we got it, we won. As she slowly emerges from her long sealed prison and lifts her gaze to the sky again, the rising moon stares back at her with its cold, silvery light. The night grows deep. Answering the call of the moonlight, the girl steps onto the land tainted by the punishing virus. She bends softly by the muddy ground, cupping the red tide that has gathered in the shallow hollow. Shallow hollow. What's your next move? Sister, what are your thoughts on these red tides? Another form of the punishing virus. Oh, she's so shallow, huh? Yes, but there's more to it than that. When I first saw the red tide with Gabriel, I only saw its flaws. Even in battle, the red tide's deadly high concentration zones may spell instant death, but how could they ever compare to the little fields conjured by the Ascendants? It crawls along the ground, only able to gather and flow at the Ascendant's command. It can't be controlled with the precision of punishing, can't be wielded as a weapon, and certainly can't be integrated into a frame. The first hetero creatures were merely Gabriel's playthings, arrogant yet fragile. Their way of devouring life through tidal surges was meaningless, nothing more than mindless slaughter. Luna closes her eyes, as if listening intently to whispers emanating from the red tide. It wasn't until I saw those red tide projections that I finally understood. The true purpose of the red tide is to absorb the information stored within the Ascension network, allowing Earth's concepts to more seamlessly feel the punishing. I thought it was absorbing all the information. Like all the people it devoured, it also devoured their information as well. Those observers stored within is to absorb the information stored within the Ascension network. Isn't it more like to absorb information and send it to the network? Punishing is constrained by the red tide, and that's precisely what makes it more controllable. She opens her hand, letting the crimson liquid seep through her fingers. She's gonna die. Sister, do you remember the story you once told me about the imprisoned stars? I do. I was once like that old man with his mirror, seeing only a partial reflection of the Ascension network. But now she, who has broken free from my control, is just like that old man, seeing only a fragment of who I am. She's talking about Selena, I guess. The girl who once looked down upon everything below now grasps her sister's hand in return, rising on her own 2 feet from the mire. Next, I need to use the red tide to achieve an effect similar to that egg, using the refiltering process to restore my frame's power. What? How is that possible? When did you spend so long preparing for the egg, and we only have 1 day at most? First, we need to find someone who can weave the red tide. Are you talking about Litos? True, he does handle the red tide quite skillfully. If Litos were really up to the task, Vonnegut wouldn't have any need for Ktila. Besides, if my guess is correct, he'll come to us on his own soon enough. We won't need to search for him. Litos, what's he doing here? Bro, this note kinda drags. I spoke with Vonnegut not long ago. What did you discuss? He just confirmed some theories I already had, nothing useful beyond that. However, he did warn me to be wary of Cradle. Cradle, that humanoid hetero creature that appeared recently? Why should we be wary of her? I only learned about this hetero creature from Roland. She's similar to Ktila but more complete. More complete but weaker in compatibility. Is it really necessary to be cautious of a hetero creature like that? Her true nature, rather than being a mere creature, is more akin to a title. Right now it's Cradle, but after her death, another hetero creature could take her place. That's why she cannot be truly eliminated. This trait resembles that of an agent, doesn't it? Even if it weren't me, someone else would become an agent. All nodes are mega lengthy and not voice act, and you people did not like complain about why the fuck the nodes are so empty. While I was reading this chapter, it was like 2 or 3 moments that could have been like gameplay nodes, you know, during these reading nodes. I'm just saying I was reading and I was like, damn, this could have been gameplay, but it's not. Same shit, man. Same shit. I'll finish. Okay, today's stream is gonna be after today's stream, I'll decide if I'm gonna continue reading this shit or we going back to recaps. Is she part of your next move? Correct. I intend to make a deal with her, and for that, I'll need Grey Raven's assistance. Alpha furrows her brow. Why? To achieve an effect similar to the egg in such a short time, I must enter the red tide. I need a mind connection to stabilize my mind, and only the commandant can provide that. So fucking finally we have the sequel to chapter 13. Holy shit, took them a while, didn't it? One more thing, even if I pass the refiltering and regain my frame's power, I must still reclaim my rightful authority as an agent. It fell into the tower in the clean zone along with Celine. I can sense her location. That hetero tower? Could it be? To get inside, we'd have to step into the clean zone. With no knowledge of its terrain or defenses, sneaking in wouldn't be a smart choice. If Grey Raven were to support us, gaining entry wouldn't be difficult at all. Damn, she's so confident we're gonna support her. They have no reason to help. They do have a reason. You mentioned it yourself, part of the fallen Babylonia disappeared into that tower, didn't it? Those humanity's heroes must be desperately trying to find a way to prevent this disaster from escalating further. Even for us Ascendants, only refiltering agents can enter that tower. Humans will only find it even more troublesome to deal with. And finally, there's Cradle, an issue humanity cannot afford to ignore. This is dangerous. Tell me what you'll do if you fail. There are no other options. I am prepared for this. Luna gazes at the red tide ahead, a serene smile crossing her face. If I lose myself to the red tide, at least you'll have a hetero creature that talks just like me as a memento. That's... okay. You didn't because I read this game, so you're not playing this game, bro? I respect them to do a gaming note since all of them are meh. Do more gaming, no. Isn't this game like revered for its gameplay? What are you talking about? 31 Plus has nice nodes. That's not going to happen. Trust me, sister. Oh, it's finally over. And the third reading node in a row. I'm not having fun, I'm a be real. Just as Luna predicted, while they carry out their operation, a dark figure stands in a corner of the ruins, withdrawing their gaze from the Inverhetero Tower. Are you leaving, sir? Oh, it's Litos. Hello there. A young man walks over, cradling a small crimson doll wrapped in a blanket. That's right. After humans modified the tower's core, it became contaminated once again. While this is bad news for humanity, now back in a state where it can be entered once more. There is only one thing capable of inducing such a change in the Hetero Tower. Upon hearing these words, the doll in the young man's arms gently lifts her head, gazing toward the tower. That's the little doll. Is the egg? Chaos. Oh, I forgot who is this supposed to be. The other Luna? It appears Dominic has failed to find a successor. We must advance our subsequent plans ahead of schedule. When Vonnegut reaches out to take the doll from the young man's arms, she curls up defensively, as if recoiling from his hands in revulsion. Take her with the blanket, mister. Litos lifts the blanket and hands it to him, the doll still wrapped within. Have you left everything else to Lilith? Lilith remains unaware of how our source of power differs from Luna's. I've only provided her with what is necessary. Next, you will take my place. Bring this gift to Luna and become an ascendant under her command. Only through Luna can you maintain your status as an ascendant, and when necessary, intervene with Lilith's affairs. I understand. I've already warned her of the potential dangers. As long as she doesn't team up with being like Cradle for her own selfish reasons, there's no need for you to worry about her. Cradle? Is she the type of anomaly that you mentioned before, mister? That's right. Even if we kill her here, she will reappear with a new identity. If not as Cradle, then as another character. Until the right person takes this position. Chaos lifts her head, casting an indifferent gaze toward the red tide. How did things come to this? It's not just technology that was brought back from the future. The problems of that era came with it. Vonnegut lowers his head as if speaking to the doll in his arms. Is it too late to stop this? Once it's released, whether through Luna, who failed the refiltering, or through Cradle, its fusion with the Ascension network is inevitable. The only question is who will take control. Between the two, Cradle, in the form of a hetero creature, poses a significantly lesser threat. At least, that's how things stand for now. Several moments ago, I spoke with Luna. She had already set her own plans in motion. Go to Luna, Litos. This is your final mission. Once this mission is done, you're free to do as you please. Seek your own death, or choose to live on. Now that I've heard a rose might still be alive, I'll stay alive, at least until I can verify it myself. Vonnegut pats Litos' thin shoulder as a final farewell. Won't you say goodbye to me? Haven't we said goodbye more than enough times already? The young man lowers his head. He knows every goodbye marks yet another failure for the person standing before him. He's already tired of failure, and maybe it's time he accepts that. Yes, we've had more than enough. The number of failures has been more than enough. Yet even so, a tremor finds its way into his voice. Whenever you suddenly change your orders or your attitude shifts, I know it only means one thing. You've just come back from another long journey. I too hope this is the last time, so you can fulfill your wish sooner, but... The man offers no response and shows no hesitation, simply turning toward the Inverhetera Tower with the Crimson Doll in tow. Mister... Hold up. My cat needs assistance. Be right back. Assistance provided. The dark figure comes to a halt. Since this is the last time, may I ask you a question? His silence serves as permission. Mister, the person standing here before me is not Professor Kilgore Trout who saved me from the orphanage, right? That was probably like a big reveal or something. Luna and the others moved through the deepening night, meeting Roland at the border between the clean zone and the hetero zone. Miss Luna— oh my god, it's him! It's him! I miss him so much! Seeing Luna's state, Roland's usual smile fades away. Everything you asked for has been taken care of. Good job, boy. Perhaps along with his smile, he holds back the worries he knows he shouldn't express. Thank you for your efforts. Agent, no longer able to float in the sky, gently lifts her head to look at Roland standing behind the crowd. Aww, that's so nice. That frame of yours must be struggling to keep up with battles now. If this journey goes well, There's no need to worry about that yet, Miss Luna. For now, the priority is making sure this journey goes smoothly. Luna withdraws her gaze from Roland and turns to face the clean zone. There is only one mission left: lure the Grey Raven Commandant here. And remember, don't alert anyone else. Quite the challenge mission we have here. Looks like only Lamia is up for such a daunting task. Lamia. Wait, the security here is too tight. After what happened today, the guards inside are on high alert. Even I've only been to the perimeter. Why would the commandant just happen to be there? She's not eking anymore, if you noticed. No time for a slow search. If communications are down, we'll capture someone with internal communication access. But Miss Luna just told us not to alert anyone else. Keeping the disturbance contained to one room should suffice. After all, Miss Luna's only concern is avoiding a war with humans at this moment. If I remember correctly, you still maintain some underground contacts in Babylonia, don't you? I'll follow behind you and draw enemy attention when necessary. But is this really okay, contacting the Grey Raven Commandant through kidnapping? Won't this make that person angry? What we're about to discuss should stop the deterioration of the clean zone. You wouldn't do anything as unforgivable as a massacre that Grey Raven couldn't overlook, especially not now, right? He looks at Luna, then at Roland, who gestures that he'll come along, and finally at Alpha, whose gaze urges her forward. With no other choice, she nods reluctantly. Damn, the Ascendant Gang is back in town, bro. I love this. Took them a while. It's been a lot of nothing fucking happening in the story in this game. I'll tell you that. Right. The mermaid fades from sight, stepping into the clean zone that has lost its purity. Wait for me here. Alpha and Roland also vanish from her sight, leaving only the whispers of evening wind and distant murmurs of conversation. How long has it been since she last saw the Grey Raven Commandant? She can barely remember. Oh my god, bro, this game is so mean. What kind of expression will that person have upon seeing an agent again? One of hatred, fear, or perhaps that person has been expecting her all along. But if that person is completely shocked, that might be quite interesting. Won't this make that person angry? Lamia's parting words echo once more in— oh, she cares about it. With lingering uncertainty, Luna takes another step toward the clean zone. The body feels unbearably heavy. He hasn't walked in a very long time, let alone covered such a distance. If Grey Raven sees her like this, they'll immediately notice something's wrong. They might strike before the crucial matters can be discussed. She must return to her original state, even if controlling punishing again will make her go haywire fast. They stopped saying it punishing virus, they're just saying it punishing. It's Not very comfy. Luna raises her hand and, enveloped by the high concentration of the punishing virus in the hetero zone, reactivates the levitation module of her frame. A familiar pain immediately shoots through her mind. She knows this sensation well, the stabbing agony of the punishing virus corruption, the price of trying to control something that defies control. As the corruption worsens, she clutches her arm, barely keeping her frame stable as she rises into the air. Though the intensifying pain threatens to shatter her resolve, Luna maintains her hover, only adjusting her position to better conceal herself behind the trees of the heterozone. Someone's coming. What are we supposed to do now? We finally had hope within our grasp, and now it's gone. After investing so many resources into this clean zone, grasped hope? Did we ever really have it all? The Inver Hetero Tower appeared out of nowhere, and we've never understood it. It was the same with the Ascendants before. We had neither the means to control them nor the chance to understand them. We should capture those Ascendants again, then we can improve the specialized frames too, just like... Look! A shooting star! Just like a shooting star. Following their gaze, the girl lifts her head to see a shooting star streaking across the night sky. When you see a shooting star, make a wish upon it. But what about the shooting star itself? Don't worry, it came down from the heavens just to make our wishes come true. That said that because we look up to it, it bears the responsibility of our hopes. How's the situation? All the wounded have been transported to the medical center by those stationed in the clean zone. We have 57 minor injuries, including 7 constructs and 2 severe cases. Thankfully, there were no fatalities. We have adequate medical supplies. I'll stay at the medical center until the next mission, helping Lillian from Dark Aries tend to the wounded. Is Lillian here as well? Hello, I'm sorry to keep Liv here, but I'm not very experienced with treating humans. We are already short on doctors, so... I understand. I'll leave it to you then, Liv. Leave it to me, Commandant. Nodding. Lee, how's the situation on your end? Still patrolling and searching for clues in the surrounding area. Nothing unusual to report so far. Okay, keep in touch. He nods and ends the communication. From what we can tell, the situation will remain stable for now. You should get some rest, Commandant. What's wrong? Standing beneath the Inver Hetero Tower, you run your hand over the blue crystals, staying silent for a long time. Speaking of rest, I've been having some strange dreams lately. Well, what kind of dreams? Commandant? Never mind, they're just dreams. You lower your head, absently running your fingers across the data chip in hand. Dominic. On the day the Parliament passed their resolution, you found Dominic's message through the full sensory simulation device Nanami had left behind. Dominic said it was an invitation, a chance to take a test and have your data added to Dominic. I refused back then. This era needs all living beings who strive for tomorrow, not some vague shadow of the past. Haha, that's exactly the answer expected. Only with such resolve can one earn the right to open the invitation. Perhaps your choice is the right one. The dark world fell silent. Even after everything that happened, refusing to become Dominic is still not something to regret. This is also Nier Automata coded, huh? At least I shouldn't make any decisions while being completely in the dark like this. There must be more to this invitation than these few simple words. An evening breeze carries the bitter chill of deep December. Lucia, what's the current punishing virus concentration? It's increased by 0.012% since we arrived. And it's still rising. Don't have much time left. Commandant, I still recommend you get some rest if you keep pushing yourself like this. The terminal suddenly blares with an emergency channel alert. Lucia, Ascendant Roland's been detected. Maximum alert status. Roland? What's an Ascendant doing in the clean zone? Continuous gunfire echoes through the communication channel, followed by the sound of Lee's footsteps as he leaps down from his vantage point and starts running. I'll secure this position. How's Liv? Liv, did she run into Alpha? An Ascendant mobilizing on this scale, now of all times. Repeated calls to Liv over the comms receive on. Oh my god, they stole Liv, bro? They captured Liv? Liv. We need to check on her now. Wait, please, I'm begging you, come to the medical center and help the wounded first. Lillian? We've been taken hostage. There's no time to ask anything else. Lamia's face suddenly appears on Lillian's comms. Long time no see, Grey Raven Commandant. This time, I'm not here to cause trouble. I found a way to solve the problems in the tower. Since I couldn't connect through normal channels, this was the only way to reach you, so I hope you can come to this location at the edge of the clean zone. I've sent you the coordinates. And also, only Grey Raven should come. Don't alert anyone else, or these people will... Lamia! It's like the commandant's like, Lamia, what? This is not how I raised you. Eek, there you go, the eek. The eek is back. That was a good eek. I'm telling the truth. I really found a way to fix the tower's anomaly. What I'm doing now is the absolute last resort. The last of the last. Can't we avoid fighting? Let's just talk. Please, just this once. I wanted to come find you alone, and Miss Luna told me to do so too, but the security here was too tight. I had no choice but to... Luna? Yes, the problems with this inverter tower are probably connected to the Ascension network. Meanwhile, Alpha's voice comes through Lillian's terminal. Lamia, Liv has noticed your presence at the medical center. Withdraw now. The mermaid nods to a figure off screen, takes one last glance at the human silhouette in that video call, and hurriedly turns and leaves. Leave? Oh, the commandant, bro. Commandant? Are you alright? I'm fine, and knowing the medical center was hurt. What about Lee? Roland has retreated with them. Quite a few patrolling constructs in the clean zone have detected the Ascendant intrusion. What's our next move? Have them stand by for now. Are we going alone as the Ascendants requested? No, I'll make my report first, then go to deal with them. Grey Raven, return to my position. Is it over? Is it over? It's not fucking over. Roger. Oh, it's just fade to black to stop. It is over, and we reached the 2-hour mark, and it's only getting interesting. But it's so fun. Like 35 convergence was fucking atrocious to read through. This could have been like 2 or 3 gameplay notes, just saying. I don't know what to do with this, guys. I'm very curious to read this, but I don't think we did even like half of the chapter in one stream. So this could literally take a month to read through. And you're sorry I was napping? Hello, Rojak. It's resting is productive. Oh my god, there's like 3 ERs before chapter 20. Ah yeah, the teased Lucia frame. We did 36. Yeah, we did a third of it. Like I don't know. I don't know if every node is this long. It might be not viable to read it on stream. I'll be honest. It will take many stream, but it is interesting. Why not? Because it stagnates, bro. We sitting in a place. That's why. PGR on Sunday then. I don't want to stream this game more than once a week. All I'm doing in this game is like trying to have fun with Dante and Vergil all the time. Anyway.
Whoa, are you a machine?
Exactly,
How can you
Dante.
work for so
Exactly.
long? Come on, don't you want my help? What? You don't trust me?
Anyway,
Hey, I'm the one with the
that's
shop.
gonna be it
I've
for
been doing this
today.
for a long
Like half the first hour was fucking boring to read. The things are only getting interesting now, but then, I don't know. I will think about it. We'll see how are we gonna do it. Anyway, resting is productive. See you on Thursday, maybe tomorrow. I don't know. Maybe this weekend I'll be able to stream both weekends and a Friday. I don't know. Tuco Thursday is gonna happen for sure. So is my funny emoji. And see ya next time. Bye bye. Thanks for coming by, Rojak, Aye.